We don't exactly know where we come from or where we're going, but one thing is clear. We are part of something much bigger than we can imagine. Modern science has shown that everything in the universe is in constant vibration. There is not a single atom that is still. Everything vibrates, and these vibrations form the basis of atoms, which in turn make up everything we know. As we increase this vibration, it begins to be perceived by our senses, first as sound, from the lowest to the highest notes, and if we accelerate further, these notes keep rising until they go beyond our hearing range. Then, light appears. It starts with red and ascends to violet until it also disappears from our perception. If we accelerate even further, this vibration transforms into X-rays and gamma rays, things that modern science is still trying to fully understand. Science says the universe is made up of 99% dark matter, which we have yet to define, so all science can really prove is less than 1% of what truly exists in the entire universe. So I ask you, just because we do not understand something, does it mean it does not exist? My name is Victoria, and I invite you to discover the answer to this question. As I mentioned earlier, everything in the universe, from the smallest atom to the vast galaxies, is in constant vibration. Yes, everything vibrates at different frequencies, and it is this vibration that forms the basis of all matter and energy we know. But what does this really mean? Think of everything around you as being made up of tiny particles that are always moving. These particles don't stand still. They oscillate, they vibrate. And this vibration is not just a physical characteristic, it has profound implications. For example, when we talk about sound, we are talking about vibrations that travel through the air and that our ears can pick up. Similarly, light is a form of vibration with frequencies that our eyes can perceive. But here's something even more intriguing. There are vibrations that are beyond our direct perception, frequencies that are too high or too low that, although we can't detect them directly, affect the world around us. Have you ever stopped to think that when you are listening to music, you are literally surrounded and penetrated by vibrations? Or that the colours you see are just different frequencies of light that your eyes can interpret? This shows how fundamental vibration is to the human experience and to the very nature of the universe. And here's a reflection. If everything is vibration, it means that we are constantly interacting with these vibrations in some way. Each thought we have, every word we speak, also creates vibrations that can influence the world around us. This leads us to question how we can consciously use this information to positively impact our lives and the environment we live in. Now that we have discussed the fascinating world of vibrations, let's dive into another mystery that challenges our understanding of the universe: dark matter. This is a topic that fascinates scientists and astronomy enthusiasts around the world. As previously stated, according to modern science, about 99% of the universe is made up of something we cannot see, touch, or fully understand. This something is called dark matter. Dark matter does not emit, absorb, or reflect light, making it completely invisible and detectable only by the gravitational effects it exerts on visible matter, like galaxies and galaxy clusters. But why is this so important? Well, think about it. If 99% of the universe is made of something we still do not fully understand, it means that everything we know and understand about the cosmos, all the stars, planets, and even visible light, make up only about 1% of the total reality. This is incredibly humbling and at the same time exciting, because it shows how much we still have to learn and discover. The existence of dark matter was first suggested when astronomers noticed that the velocities of galaxies in clusters were so high that, without a large amount of invisible mass to provide sufficient gravity, the galaxies would have dispersed. What does this mean for us? Dark matter reminds us that our understanding of the universe is still in its infancy. Each discovery opens up new questions and possibilities. The study of dark matter not only helps us understand more about how the universe is constructed, but also challenges our existing scientific theories and models, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. Now that we understand a little about the mysteries of dark matter and the vast unknown that makes up our universe, Let's travel through time and space to explore how different cultures and traditions around the world have understood the origin of the universe. And you will see how the idea of vibration is deeply rooted in many of these narratives. It's fascinating to observe that despite huge geographical distances and cultural differences, many ancient traditions reached a similar conclusion about the creation of the universe. Everything began with a sound, or a primal vibration. In Hinduism, for example, the sound Om is considered the primal sound, the original vibration from which the entire universe expanded. It's a powerful concept that reflects the belief that life and existence are manifestations of vibrational frequencies. Om is often chanted in meditations and spiritual practices as a way to reconnect with the original source of the universe. In ancient Egypt, temple texts describe the creation of the universe as the result of the word, the creative sound spoken by the creator God. For the Egyptians, the spoken word was not just a means of communication, but a powerful force capable of bringing existence to life. In Christianity, the concept of word or logos is also present at the beginning of the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Here, the word is understood as a divine and creative force, a sound or command that precedes the physical creation of the universe. These views share a common understanding that vibration, whether understood as sound or word, is the fundamental force behind the creation and maintenance of the universe. This leads us to think about the power of vibrations, not just in a physical context, as previously discussed with the vibrations of atoms and dark matter, but also in a metaphysical and spiritual context. What does this say about our own role in the universe? If the universe began with a vibration and everything around us continues to vibrate, then we too are part of this cosmic symphony. Every word we speak, every action we perform, resonates with these original vibrations. How do you feel knowing that your own words and thoughts might be connected to this cosmic origin, vibrating along with the entire universe? It's a powerful thought that invites us to reflect on how we use our own vibration in everyday life. Hermeticism. This set of beliefs and esoteric teachings offers us a window into ancient wisdom and metaphysical thought. Hermeticism is based on the doctrines attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure said to have lived in Egypt before 1500 BC. Hermes Trismegistus, whose name means Hermes, the thrice great, is often associated with the Egyptian god Thoth, the god of wisdom, and the Greek god Hermes, messenger of the gods. But who really was Hermes Trismegistus? He is considered both a sage and a magician, and his ideas combine elements of alchemy, astrology, and theology. Unfortunately, many of the writings attributed to him were lost during the destruction of the Library of Alexandria, one of the greatest cultural disasters in ancient history. However, the legacy of Hermes Trismegistus did not completely disappear. The teachings that survived are known collectively as the Corpus Hermeticum, a collection of 18 Greek texts that were rediscovered in Europe during the Renaissance. These texts offer profound insights into the nature of the universe, the relationship between the macro and microcosm, and the path of spiritual ascension. What makes Hermeticism so special? It is the way it seeks to explain the laws of the universe through a vision that interlinks the spiritual and the material. Hermetic teachings suggest that understanding these laws can not only expand our knowledge about the universe, but also transform our lives by recognizing and harmonizing with these cosmic forces. Moreover, Hermeticism teaches us about the importance of inner search and self-knowledge. According to Hermeticists, true awakening occurs when we recognize the divinity within ourselves and realize that we are a microcosm of the universe, a mirror of the laws that govern everything that exists. How can you apply Hermetic principles in your life? You can start by contemplating and meditating on the Hermetic laws, seeking to see how they manifest around you and within you. This path of understanding can lead to profound personal and spiritual transformation. Hermetic traditions, with their deep roots in esoteric knowledge, were not simply passed on openly. They require an understanding and maturity that are cultivated through a process of initiation. Thus, orders such as Freemasonry, Rosicrucianism, and the Golden Dawn have played a crucial role in preserving and disseminating these teachings. But what are these orders? Well, they are societies that combine philosophical, spiritual, and ritualistic elements. Each order has its own rituals and symbols, but with a common goal: the spiritual and moral development of their members. And at the center of these traditions is Hermes Trismegistus, revered as a symbol of wisdom and the mediator between the divine and the earthly, between heaven and earth. Hermes is considered a guide to the hidden mysteries, someone who can help reveal universal truths that are hidden beyond the reach of common understanding. He is a figure that appears in various cultures, always associated with deep knowledge and the ability to move between different realms of existence, facilitating communication and understanding. Why are these teachings kept secret? The reason is that Hermetic knowledge is powerful and can be misunderstood or misused if it falls into unprepared hands. The initiatory orders ensure that their members are carefully selected and prepared, receiving the teachings only when they are ready to understand them and use them responsibly. These societies also offer a space for support and community, where members can explore these profound concepts in a safe and encouraging environment. Through rituals and studies, they gradually unravel deeper layers of meaning within the Hermetic texts and learn to apply these truths in their daily lives. Do you think knowledge should be freely available to everyone, or do you understand the need to preserve it within carefully prepared communities? As we continue our journey through the fascinating universe of Hermeticism, let us now delve into the 7 Hermetic laws, which are considered the heart of Hermetic teachings. These laws are seen as universal principles governing everything that exists, encompassing concepts of astrology, alchemy, and magic. The 7 Hermetic laws are attributed to Hermes Trismegistus and are considered a synthesis of transcendental wisdom, applicable to all aspects of human existence. They offer a deep insight into the interconnected nature of the universe and how we can work with these forces instead of against them. Let's explore each one briefly. The principle of mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. This law proposes that everything that exists is an aspect of the universal mind, and the reality we perceive is actually a mental construct. This suggests that our perception of reality can be directly influenced by our thoughts and attitudes. The principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. This principle suggests that there is a correspondence between the various planes of the universe, from the physical to the spiritual. It teaches us that by understanding the patterns of nature and the cosmos, we can apply this knowledge to influence our life and spiritual evolution. The principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle explains that everything in the universe is constantly in motion and that differences in movement and vibration frequency result in the various material and spiritual manifestations. The principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. This principle shows that opposites are really 2 extremes of the same spectrum. For example, hot and cold are simply variations of temperature, and understanding this relationship can help harmonize the extremes. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. This principle states that there is a flow and ebb, a constant rhythm between opposites, like a pendulum swinging back and forth. It teaches us to recognize the cycles of our lives and to work with them to achieve greater harmony. The principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. This principle teaches us that nothing happens by chance, and that everything in the universe is governed by this law. Every action we perform generates a corresponding reaction, emphasizing responsibility for our actions. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This principle suggests that both masculine and feminine principles are present in all things, and that the interaction between them is essential for creation and manifestation. Understanding these laws can offer a new perspective on how to face challenges, make decisions, and better understand the mysteries of the universe. As I mentioned earlier, Hermeticism, with its rich esoteric wisdom, is not simply shared openly with everyone, but is reserved for those who are considered prepared to receive it. I'll explain more about why. Hermeticism is a tradition that deeply values the maturity and preparation of the individual. According to this philosophy, the esoteric knowledge contained in the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus is powerful, and if misinterpreted or used imprudently, can lead to undesirable outcomes. Therefore, there is a strict criterion to determine who is fit to receive such teachings. But what really means to be prepared for Hermeticism? Generally, it involves a combination of spiritual maturity, a sincere desire to seek wisdom, and an ability to understand and integrate metaphysical complexities into one's personal life and practice. This process of preparation often involves a path of initiation through orders or groups that guard and transmit these teachings. The reason for this selectiveness in the transmission of Hermetic knowledge is twofold. First, it helps ensure that the knowledge is preserved and kept pure, free from distortions that might occur if it is misunderstood. Second, it protects individuals from engaging with powerful spiritual and universal forces without the proper preparation, which could be spiritually dangerous. Think of it as a kind of safeguard, not just for the integrity of the knowledge itself, but also for the practitioners and scholars who dedicate themselves to this journey. Just as a doctor needs to undergo years of study and practice before being able to operate, a practitioner of Hermeticism needs to develop the understanding and wisdom necessary to handle these profound teachings.